Hello and welcome to Bedtime Stories at the Davenport Public Library. I am Nonna Angie and I am so happy that you're here with me tonight. We are going to be reading a fairy tale from the Illustrated Grimm's Fairy Tales published by Usborne. Usborne has graciously given us permission to share this with you tonight. The fairy tale that we are going to read tonight is called The Musicians of Bremen. And there's the opening page. You can see the barn and the rooster. Okay, so here we go. The Musicians of Bremen. The sun had just sunk below the horizon when the rooster began to crow from the top of his coop. His mournful cries sent the whole farmyard into confusion. What? He's crowing just after dark? That's silly. Is it morning already? Asked the cat, lifting her sleepy head. It's not even night yet, said the dog. Why are you crowing at this time of the day? Asked the donkey, looking out of the shed. I'm crowing for the last time, explained the rooster sadly. Earlier, I overheard the farmer telling his wife to throw me in the cooking pot tomorrow. The animals were shocked. Who do these people think they are? They treat us like animals, they exclaimed. The farmer is always kicking me, calling me lazy, said the dog. And he beats me if I don't pull his cart fast enough, added the donkey. His wife's mean too, said the cat. She wants to get rid of me because I'd rather curl up by the fire than go out catching mice. The four creatures stared angrily at the farmhouse where the farmer and his wife were just sitting down to their evening meal. We don't have to put up with this anymore, declared the donkey. Let's run away to Bremen and join the town musicians. What a good idea, said the rooster. You can sing bass, the dog can sing tenor, and the cat and I can sing soprano. The others agreed. So they watched and they waited until the lights in the farmhouse were turned out. And then, in the dead of night, they stole out of the farmyard and they crept down the lane into the moonlit forest. There's the bunny rabbit. Bunny rabbit's watching them. The animals walked deeper and deeper into the forest until they came to a small clearing. There they are walking into the forest. Perhaps we should rest here, suggested the donkey. So he and the dog lay down under a tree while the cat curled up in the crook of a low branch and the rooster found a perch right at the top. Can you see Bremen from up there? Asked the dog hopefully. The rooster scanned the horizon. No, he called down. But I can see a light up ahead, and it's coming from a cottage. Let's see if the people there might offer us some shelter for the night, said the donkey. It is rather cold out here, said the cat. Perhaps they'll let us sit by the fire. And maybe they'll give us a little something to eat, added the dog, his stomach growling. So they made their way to the cottage. The donkey, being the tallest and the bravest of the animals, peered in at the window to see what was going on inside. What can you see? Asked the rooster. There's a big table spread with all kinds of delicious food and drink, he replied. And there are some mean-looking men sitting around it counting big sacks of money. Ah, if only it was us in there instead of them, sighed the dog. It can be, said the donkey. I've got an idea. He gathered the animals into a huddle and told them his plan. And then he stood at the window on his hind legs, with his front hoofs propped up on the ledge. Following his instructions, the dog climbed up on the donkey's shoulders, and the cat jumped onto the dog's back, and the rooster flew up to perch on top of the cat's head. You want to see them? There they are, all stacked up together. Can you see? They all held their breath, trying to keep their balance until the donkey gave the signal. Now sing. The donkey brayed, and the dog howled, and the cat yowled, and the rooster crowed, all at the top of their lungs. The noise was so loud that it shattered the glass, and the animals burst through the window. The men, who were robbers, leaped from their seats. Ah! We're being attacked by a four-headed monster, one of them screamed. Run for your lives, yelled another. They shot out of the house, and they dived for cover in the undergrowth among the trees. The animals made themselves comfortable in the cottage, and they started eating the robbers' feast. When they had eaten and drunk their fill, they each found a place to sleep. The cat settled for a rug in front of the fire, and the dog lay down on the mat by the door. The donkey found a soft pile of straw out in the yard, while the rooster flew up onto the roof. Before long, they were all sound asleep. Hiding out in the forest, the robbers began to feel cold and uncomfortable. The chief robber said, "Perhaps we shouldn't have been so hasty. I'm going to go back and see what's happening in there." He crept to the cottage and he tiptoed inside. Oh, I wonder if he's going to find all the animals in there. It was so dark that he stubbed his toe on the table leg and he woke the cat. Amid the gloom, he saw the cat's eyes shining by the fireplace, and he thought that they were the last growing embers of the fire. So he crouched down to light a match from them. The cat didn't take kindly to being poked in the eye. She flew at his face, spitting and scratching. The robber jumped back in terror, and he tripped over the dog, who sank his teeth into the man's leg. As the robber stumbled blindly out into the yard, the donkey booted him in the backside with his hind legs. The man yelped in pain, and the donkey brayed back at him. All the commotion woke up the rooster, who flew down from the roof in a flurry of feathers, crowing a blood-curdling cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo. Scared out of his wits, the robber ran straight back to his gang. "What happened?" they asked. "First, a witch spat at me and scratched me with her talons," he told them, "and then I was stabbed by a knife-wielding fiend. After that, a big black beast beat me with a club, and a bloodthirsty vampire flew after me, screeching, 'I'll get you! I'll get you!' I only just managed to fight them off." The robbers never dared go near the cottage again. In fact, they left the forest that very night and never returned. They left behind so much food and money that the animals lived the rest of their lives in luxury. They ate, slept, and sang whenever they wanted to, but they never did make it to Bremen. That was a good. Did you like that one? I liked that one. That one's pretty good. Thank you for coming to Bedtime Stories at the Davenport Public Library. We will see you next time.